Hello? So why is the music not working? Oh my god, I'm so sorry for the scuff. I didn't think that would do it. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Let me just fix some things. I fucked up. Yeah, there you go. It's working now. Welcome back to Ace30! Yay! Ace30 Wednesdays, let's go! So, I'm kind of all over the place right now because, I went away for 4 days, and then I come back, and then my boyfriend rearranged my entire room. So I don't know where stuff is. Everything is like not where it's supposed to be, and I kind of hate it, but I don't want to be mean. I'm gonna have to fix this later. But for now, we need to play Ace30. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's go back to where we left off. Kind of loud. Is it loud? I'm not sure. Kind of loud for me. A little bit on my end. Okay. There we go. That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. You're not the Phoenix? He suddenly claimed there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Oh no. I think you would know the answer to that. Huh. Ah, being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. Yeah, I don't have time for mysteries too, Phoenix. I'd only ask if you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. See, you haven't mellowed out one bit, Crystal. But you hate that his name is Crystal. No! Justice. Yes, sir! The judge has summoned me to his chamber, so hurry on without me. Well, what do I do? You develop, although I think it's pretty loud. Hold on. Lower it a little bit. So low. Just a teensy little bit. Can I ask you something? Sure. That locket you wear, is that really yours, Mr. Wright? It is his! Come on! Come on! Ah, you're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket? Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there. It's Lucy! I'm just surprised you had a daughter. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days. Oh, we will. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you? Do you think? Asking you a question, sir. Huh? You know what happened 7 years ago? What I did. What did you do? Hi, Max! Welcome to the stream. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. What did you do? I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years. Wanna know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt bad cards all night and still win. Poker. Is it really? Not true? Not very knowledgeable. The mic's weird? No way. Hold on. Mm. Oh, it's better like this? So, uh, you weren't there earlier when I said this, but like, um, Ferret rearranged my room after I just rearranged it. So, um, everything is all out of sorts. And also, I'm waiting for my new mic to come in. I don't know where it's gonna come in. They said it was like vocal stock, but like when it got shipped from China. So hopefully I I get it before Friday stream, but no promises. It's not like a little better now though. I'm gonna assume it because I can hear myself. Is it gonna rain? Hello? What was that? That did not sound like thunder. Okay. Eh? You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way, it's a lot like a court case. What are you on about? Poker is like a trial law? Figure out what your opponent is thinking, and you win. Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds. I think not. Okay, Mr. Poker Champion. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end. Their body language can become a valuable source of information. Beginning. That witness, for instance, Miss Orley. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Bakit lumakas? No. Come on, who'd notice that? Phoenix would. Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's a secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass a secret on to you. But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals. No, you can do it. Oh god, is this a fucking, what's it called? A new game thing? It's a game mechanic. Huh? You just don't know it yet. What's he talking about? But you will. Soon. Ah, almost forgot. One more thing. About this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet. Sir? You are under oath? That's a... I forgot what it is. But isn't telling lies under oath of law a crime? Oh, I just noticed the painting in the black is the judge. Yeah, okay. I can't deal with my voice right now. I'm gonna turn off the monitoring. Wait, did I do it right? Yeah. What? I knew it! I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. And Apollo, I need you to be there, defending me. Well, who else will be defending you but me? Unless he's pleading the fifth. I don't know if he can do that. Oh, I guess he did plead the fifth. I guess so. But like, it's still so weird. But like, I've learned. Now, I don't know if this is from Ace Attorney or from something else. I forgot because this is so long ago. But I've learned that pleading the fifth can like turn against you. I forgot where I learned that from. But I know it's a thing. I need your power. Why is power highlighted? My power? I had no idea my cores of steel were that special. It's time. The real trial begins now. Do your best. But I want to meet Trucy. It's so weird that there's a to be. I could have blocked this from the other stream. They're so weird that there's a to be continued. In the first trial. I mean, if you don't say anything and all evidence points to you, that it can definitely turn against you. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know. Back. Continue. April 20. Courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Has our witness, Miss Olga Orley, recovered? Yes, Your Honor. Well, she's regained consciousness. Perhaps you can hear her version of the events again. That's the thing. You see, she's quite fatigued. Who cares? You're looking a bit fatigued yourself, Mr. Payne. Sadly, fatigue is insufficient grounds for refusing to testify or prosecute. The defense would like to request that Miss Orley take the stand. Very well. The witness will take the stand. You just repeated what I said. Perhaps you could repeat your name and profession. Aww. I forgot what voice I gave her. It's only been a week. Or perhaps you'd rather admit that you're a poor liar and poorer loser. Yeah. Not? Eh? Name's Olga Orley. That's the truth. I'm a pro dealer. I guess I don't have to worry about remembering the voice I gave her. Oh my god. People call me Olga Quick Fingers. Happy Pride Month! Oh no! Oh god. Oh really? Wanna know something else? I'm not really Russian. My last name sounds like oh really. Okay. Olga, oh really? There, that's the truth. Hope you're satisfied. Holy shit. Witness! You will tell the court what you really were up to that night. Fine, I'll talk. We had a plan, see? Let me remind you that you are currently under oath. That's what I've been saying! Any further fabrications will have serious consequences. Switch devices and mic is a little better. Oop, I see. My troubles will end soon. Like I said, I'm a pro. That guy Smith hired me to do what I do best. I was planted at the Borscht Bowl Club several days prior to the night of the game as a waitress. So you're in cahoots with the victim. Not that he needed my help. Smith is a well-known poker player in some circles, but winning wasn't the main purpose of this game. What is it with these people and lying on the stands? Yeah. It was about destroying a legend, the undefeatable Phoenix Wright. The plan was simple, elegant, really. You see, we set up a trap of sorts. Trap? I was to plant a card in Wright's pocket beforehand, and then deal 5 aces during one of their games. When their can be revealed, Smith will call him out and search Wright. He would then pull out the planted card and trap would snap shut. So who really cheated here? You swapped the cards. Exposed as a cheater and losing on top of it. It would have made a great double play. You know what? I'll just let it play out. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Indeed. Getting caught red-handed at cheating would cast doubt on all his prior wins. A 7-year legend destroyed with one little card. That was the plan. Oh really? Oh really? How droll. I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of her name. But it appears you have made quite the mistake. A mistake? I agree, the trap was elegant. Yet, what happened to that planted card? Hey, that's right! He's lucky, I'll give him that. You'd have to be to slip free from a trap laid by Olga Quick Figures. Oh really? But like, why is your name like that? Why is your nickname like that? Like, you're not. Are you a lesbian, man? Stop it with the puns. It's been. It's. The witness would be much cuter if she dispensed with the evil mastermind shtick. Cute? Who wants to be cute? Looks like pirate. I'm not cute. I'm bad. You hear me? Bad. I mean, you're through being bad. Perhaps you could testify to the court. Tell us about this trap and how it was sprung. Okay. The best laid traps. That night I planted the card like I was supposed to. And Wright lost the hand like he was supposed to. Then Smith searched him. But the planted card was gone. The trap failed. The next moment, Wright picked up a bottle and swung it. It wasn't me who hit Smith. It's a no good cheating defendant. You touched your hair just then. A surprisingly frank testimony that still leaves us mostly in the dark. The trap was perfect, I tell you. Perfect! If that rotten cheater hadn't messed it up. Look who's talking. Well, the testimony, for what it's worth, is all yours, Mr. Justice. With witnesses like her, who needs criminals? And with defendants like Mr. Wright, who needs prosecutors? I really like the animation they did for the cross-examination thingy. There, see? Wait, is it not a little odd? What's odd? You searched Mr. Wright thoroughly and found nothing? Which means he didn't cheat. Which means he had no reason to strike the victim. Well... What was that just now? I said something. Something wrong, Mr. Justice? Yes. No, nothing, Your Honor. What to do? Should I press her a little hard? Press her! Miss O'Reilly, you're hiding something. What are you talking about? Is that a cell phone? No, wait, it's her camera. Me? Thank you. The defense will refrain from baseless accusations. I have one question for the witness then. You say you saw the moment the defendant hit the victim. Is this true? Of course it's true. I did see it, honest. I saw it when Wright hit him. With my own eyes, I saw it. What's this weird vibe I'm getting? That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Did you notice? Touching her neck, was it? Why do we need this? Oh, why do we need this? Is he supposed to be Apollo's eyes? Why? Whoa, what's going on? The sensation. It's coming into focus. There, that twitch. It's so clear. What twitch? Her scratching the back of her neck? It's like I could perceive her habit, like I couldn't before. Perceive.
Gotcha!
Gotcha! Oh, Neil. Welcome to the stream. Don't worry, it's the second half of the first trial. It's fine. Working at the office, so yeah. I know you are. Aware what? Whenever you get to a certain part of your testimony, you touch the back of your neck with your left hand. Huh? My neck? So what? What indeed, Justice? I hadn't noticed anything of the sort. Skill issue. When she says that part of her testimony, she's subconsciously recalling something. Her body reacts with a memory and she touches her neck. I'm sure of it. A memory? Would someone care to explain what he's babbling about? It is highly unusual, but let's ask the defense. You claim the witness is remembering something. Maybe you have evidence of this memory to show us? Her habit is scratching her neck whenever she talks about the moment of the crime. So, what would remind her of the moment of the crime? Do you have a photo? You have a photo, don't you? Miss O'Reilly, whenever you recall the crime that night, you scratch your neck. I've noticed it happens when you think about the moment of the crime. There must be some reason behind this habit of yours. Maybe you got hit at the back of the neck. I believe the weapon that left an inerasable impression on your neck is this one! God damn it, that's not what I meant. For Z. Whenever she talks about the moment of the crime, she touches her neck. You've repeated this like 5 times already. And what reminds us more of the moment than this bottle? The murder weapon. All legally submissive. But something doesn't fit. If you were only the witness to the crime, why would it make you touch your neck like you're in pain? What's he talking about now? It was Mr. Smith, the victim, who was hit, not you. Or maybe it was you all along. Your Honor, the vibe is off. This is a cross-examination, not a cross-wild conjecture. Are you happy with that? You happy? You happy with what you just said? The witness's habits, they're completely irrelevant. Justice, I'll admit, I'm a bit confused myself. It is certainly a unique cross-examination. I'll explain later. Just trust me. Now's our only chance to break her. Miss O'Reilly, please testify in detail about the moment of the crime. The very moment. Funny thing is, Winston has a point. What point? That it's irrelevant? She's back to... She's back to being Russian. I am knowing nothing. You know you're not Russian. The witness will testify, please. Now. Fine. Damn it. Can I present this? Because, like, he can't use his cell phone. He couldn't have used his cell phone at the basement. Objection! That was it. Woohoo! We have a record here that clearly contradicts what you just said. It states that the police were alerted by a report from the defendant. And we know that the defendant left the room, climbed the stairs, and made that phone call from the first floor of the Borscht Bowl Club. So, explain how you kept your eyes on the defendant when he left the room entirely. That's true. That's true. Eek! What the fuck? What the fuck is that? The man who picked up a bottle and swung it that night, who wasn't the defendant. Oh? She's testifying? Flashback? Oh. Showdown time. You dirty cheat. Check his pockets. Now! It's gone. The card's gone. You lose. Oh. Just then, Smith grabbed the bottle from next to right. And he hit me. You! Some master of cheating you turn out to be. When I came to, the victim was already dead. Is that it? That's why I couldn't reveal who I really was. If it came out that I was in league with Smith, I'd be a suspect for sure. Well, where does this leave us? Madness. This is madness! I'm dreaming! Sure you are, Pain. It must have been me who was hit with the bottle, and I'm imagining all of this! Okay, calm down. It appears our prosecution is at its wit's end, and frankly, I can't blame him. Mr. Gavin, what do you think about this turn of events? Mr. Gavin? Sir? I believe that as the defense up in this case, we are compelled to call Miss O'Reilly a big fat liar. What? Three were in that room of the night of the murder. The defendant, the victim, and her. And she has a motive. A motive? Her plot foiled. The witness got into an argument with her client, Mr. Smith. And the denouement of that argument was murder. What? I'm no killer. It's a trap. Someone's trying to frame me. Like how someone was trying to frame my defendant. Or it's hard. You're talking again. What tangled webs we weave when we practice to deceive. So tangled, you catch yourself in the process. Is it right? Such a hasty conclusion. It's not like you, Christoph Gavin. What are you saying? Why not consider the other possibility? That there was another person in the room at the time of the murder. Right. Like Mr. Wright was saying before recess. Denalma? I think it's the Huh, that's weird, because I was taught it was denouement. Denouement? Something like that. Well, anyway, let's not. English is not my first language, okay? A single card was swapped in the victim's hand after the murder. And the one who swapped the card didn't know two colors of cards were being used. A fourth person. This theory again. Your fourth person doesn't exist! Indeed. That's why I decided to bring this case to court. Here, where there's no escape and no chance for deception. Don't tell me it's... No, it can't be. No, it's too wild. Why would he be there? It's not Kristoff, is it? The perfect place to catch the real criminal. The real criminal. And we're in luck. A clue to the real criminal's identity was kindly provided for us. And right at the beginning of the trial, no less. What are you talking about? Apollo, perhaps you know what I'm talking about? No? Sorry. Remember what I said. The fourth person who swapped the cards made one critical error. He or she wasn't considering the color of the backs of the cards. Right. But how could such an obvious mistake occur? Are they colorblind? Okay, so the thing is with like French words used in English, in the English language, sometimes the pronunciation changes. And it's kind of why I would still pronounce it as envelope compared to envelope, like how it's supposed to be pronounced. Because I don't give a shit. colors. You would still like know what I'm talking about, right? It's an envelope. 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 Tomato, tomato, potato, potato. The cards used for the last game were red. Yet, there is one person here in our court who thought those cards were blue. Oh my god, is it really Kristoff? Yeah, I had that impression too, but why? Well, Apollo, think you can figure out who it was? It's not me, I swear. Who is this fourth person? Why do I always get put on the spot like this? Let's hear what the defense has to say. Who was it? Who thought the cards used in the final game were blue? He's 32! Wait, how old is Phoenix? He's 33! Age unknown. Age 61. Age 21. Oh my gosh, she's so young. There's no other... As I expected. Your eyes and ears are as sharp as your hair. I was right? Oh shit. I was right. Kristoff Gavin, you were the fourth person that night. But of course Mr. Gavin knows the color of the cards. He's colorblind, isn't he? How would he? As you can see, the photo of the crime scene is in black and white. You can't tell which ones are blue and the ones on the floor or on the table. But look, you can see the colors in this photo. Yes, but when he said the cards were blue, it was well before this evidence came to light. Max, there's something happening to your baby girl. It's true that the defendant engaged in the game of poker with the victim. Yet it was only that, a game, in the pure sense. A competition, Your Honor. A competition. Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passion. Only the cards, their backs were wreathed in blue flame. No, it's fine. Oh, so that's why... Oh! It was him! It was him who said that! I wasn't paying attention before! No! Neil, you don't understand. Because like the entire first half of the trial was like, huh, the cards are red? For some reason I thought they were blue. So like, huh, here's the reason for that. I see. Well, first off, Mr. Gavin? Mr. Gavin, is something the matter? Huh? No, nothing. Excuse me, I was just so... It was just so sudden. Right. You aren't seriously accusing me, are you? Oh, Kristoff. You know, even I'd never take a joke this far. This has gone beyond ridiculous, beyond dumb. This is insanity! The defendant accusing his own defense attorney of the... I mean... Technically speaking, my defense attorney... I'm saying my... Okay, I should stop talking in Phoenix's point of view. Phoenix's defense attorney is Apollo, not Kristoff. Kristoff is just there. Passive aggressiveness between Wright and Gavin is... You should just make out or something. No! 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 No, 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 no. I think it's this fucking reaction button There we go. It's gone now. Narumitsu tops. I assure you, I'm quite sane. But what possible connection could Mr. Gavin have to the victim? I wasn't aware that I had a connection to Mr. Smith either. Yes, but Mr. Gavin and the victim have never even met. Well, what if they have? You don't know. You don't know that. Huh? There is a possibility after all. They may have met that night, before the game started. What are you suggesting? Is this the truth Mr. Wright was staying silent about? Well, only one thing to do. Oh my god. Mr. Wright, the defense. Oh. I was just reading that. The defense would like to request no such thing. Uh-huh. Mr. Gavin? Testimonies must relate to the case. How could anything happening before the game of poker be related? Are you hiding something? You hiding something? Sir? Sir? I'm not sure if I follow, Mr. Gavin. As I explained before, the defense believes that Miss O'Reilly... Am I to assume you speak for Mr. Justice in this? He is the defense, not you. Oh! 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 You got. Ah. Mr. Justice, the matter of Mr. Wright's testimony is up to you. Oh, okay. Okay. Does the court, in your opinion, need to hear Mr. Wright's testimony? Of course we need it! This is Mr. Wright's strategy. He was planning this all along. That's why he asked me to do it and not Christoph! Poor Apollo indeed. And I intend to see it through. The defense would like to request that Mr. Wright testify to the court. Again, with the loan words and such. You would betray me, your teacher. I'm sorry, Mr. Gavin. This isn't about loyalty. It's about the truth. I am justice after all. Very well. The defendant, Mr. Wright, will take the stand. Please. Ah, witness testimony. Appetite before murder. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. We sat at a table in this photograph. Look at this photograph! T.B. Smith walked in 5 minutes after Christoph left. When the trap failed, Smith hit the waitress. Lyra was knocked out cold, and Smith was uncontrollable. I left to call the police. When I returned, he was dead, blood streaming from a cut on his forehead. That's when I made another phone call to defense attorney Gavin. Mr. Gavin, you were at the Borscht Bowl Club at the night of the murder? I dine with him rather frequently. And he talked to the defendant on the phone directly after the murder? Quite against my will, I had become involved in the murder. I thought I might be in need of a lawyer, so I called him. You were planning this all along, weren't you, right? You have guilty plastered all over your face right now. Just because you wanted me to Just because you wanted to drag me into your little murder trial. The only thing I want is the truth. As I did back then, and now. I thought my office was doing you a favor when you took on your defense. It appears that I was wrong. Very well, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Justice. Sir! He's lying, and you're going to expose him. You have guilty written all over your face. Phoenix literally schemed the entire fucking game spot, actually, now that I think about it. He did? I'm lying, I'm confused. What are you confused about? So I can explain to you before I cross-examine Mr. Right. Genuinely, yes, thinking back to the whole story. Well, that is something for me to find out. I only know up until when we meet. I mean, I guess I could say her name, Emma. That's where I left off, really. I don't know if you remember this month, but it'll make sense in the final case. I see. I see. Understood, sir. Mr. Gavin versus Mr. Wright. This can end well. Why can't I have a normal trial? Yeah, this is your first trial, isn't it? I do like the remastered art style. It's really nice. That evening, Christoph and I had dinner. Do you have like pills? Huh. Okay, so there's no... So Gavin was there before or during the murder? Also, Wright called him. So like, Gavin was there 5 minutes before Phoenix and the victim talked over dinner? I'm not sure. And then he left. And after the murder, Phoenix called Gavin again. Not again. He called Gavin, and then he went there again. What do you mean, Apollo? This is as normal as a 30 trial can get. That's true. That's true. It can get even more convoluted this point forward. Now this failed trap. This is the same trap that Miss Olga O'Reilly mentioned. And a simple blah 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 blah. Plant the card, blah 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 blah. Search Mr. Ryan. Look at him. Look at his fucking smug ass face. You swapped the cards. I didn't. Just like that, the legend would be dashed to pieces. Yes, a harmless prank in essence. It was by a quirk of fate that I happened to discover it. A quirk? I happened to put my hand in my pocket and found a card. The card you planted. Yes. I snuck a peek at it and found it was the 5 of Hearts. I had a feeling something might happen, so I disposed of that card before the game. Disposed? Where? There was an empty bottle of grape juice that I had been drinking right beside me. I threw the card inside the bottle. An empty bottle of grape juice? The murder weapon? The what? Yes, I rolled it up and shoved it in. The colored glass makes it hard to see. Huh, a battle of wits between the deceiver and the would-be deceived. That sounds like terrific drama. card inside the murder weapon? That's strange. Did the police miss it in their investigation? Maybe I'll take a look. Mr. Wright, the poker head of the courtroom number 3 approves of this. I forgot. That was his nickname. Please provide your testimony with this new information. Discover the trap during the case. Where is it? No clues here. Phoenix, Nick. Nick, there is nothing here. Phoenix, right, there is nothing here. There's nothing here. Bro. Something. Okay. Mr. Wright, if I may? Yes. I've examined the bottle and I don't see any card in here. Huh? No? Huh. What, Mr. Wright? Surely, isn't all you have to say for yourself? I can't say that I know what happened to the card. I did put it in that bottle, however. Huh? Perhaps a 5th person came and took it out? Oh, and a 6th person could have helped? You are so salty! Oh my god! Mr. Gavin, Mr. Wright is your client! My apologies, Your Honor. I don't have you disparaging in our investigation either. We looked inside that bottle, there was nothing! So what's going on? Is Mr. Wright hoodwinking us again? Or did the card just disappear? In any case, please continue the cross-examination. I'm afraid decisive contradictions call for decisive evidence. Oh. Push him harder, Justice. Break him. God damn! My god! Sir, holy shit. It's just you and the witness in the ring. Go for the KO. Why do I get the feeling we're not on their client's side anymore? You made the call to the police from the first floor of the restaurant, correct? Exactly. The cell phones don't get a signal down in the hideout. Was anyone else at the first floor at the time? Not a soul. It was in the middle of the night after all. So there, in the darkened restaurant, I called the cops. After making the call, I returned to the hideout. It didn't seem right to leave the injured waitress alone. When I returned, he was dead. Press this one. Could you explain why you called Mr. Gavin? I'd obviously gotten involved in a rather sticky affair, and I figured Kristoff's law offices would give me a friend rate for my defense fees. Ah, glad to hear you intend to pay. Oh, I'll pay in full, Kristoff. It was I who got you involved after all. You may find the price of your defense quite high, my good friend. Quite high. Is this the truth that Mr. Wright was talking about? He's lying. Expose him now. Okay. Okay, I need to use my big brain cells. This photograph, right? Hey! There's a lot of grape juice bottles there. Wait, no, not that one. Could they have gotten the wrong bottle? I'm gonna press everything. My mom was not sit. You had dinner with Mr. Gavin? Yes, quite frequently. As usual. I always eat at the table closest to the piano. Mr. Smith was sitting. So the plates and such on the table were from your dinner. Indeed, the remnants of my meal with Christoph. We dined for 2 hours and then Christoph left. After that... Jeez, 5 minutes? So the two of them could have passed in the restaurant during that time? That would have been a fateful encounter, to be sure. Oh my god, it's so hot. Hee hee hee. Oh, Mr. Wright, what was it you said? Preslov Gavin and Shady Smith may have met. I believe I did say that. Here I was all nervous about this meeting. And now we hear they just passed in the hall? That does seem a little weak as a pretense for murder. Well, it would be. If that really all that happened. Come on, Mr. Wright. What are you hiding this time? Okay, so there was something there. I mean, they could have met outside of the restaurant. They could have met there. Did I already press this? Yeah, okay. I pressed this one already. I returned. And when you returned, the victim was already dead, yes. I'll admit, I was a little startled when I walked in. A little? He was bleeding from his forehead after all. I guess I'd be startled too if I walked in on a scene like that. That was it? So... okay. It's this. This is the only statement that... Huh. Who the fuck put his hat on? Oh wait! Oh! Can I save first? Mr. Wright, if I may. Yes? Take a look at this Take a look at this photograph. The crime scene. See the victim here? He was wearing a hat. I don't think you could see the blood on his forehead. Huh. Good point. Justice. Next time you point out an inconsistency, put a little more oomph to it. Mr. Wright, can you explain this to the court? Ah, I forgot to mention something. I was the one who put that hat on his... Phoenix! We're trying to help you! my god. Eh? You? You put the hat on the dead transfer? He wore it through an entire life. No, he wore it through our entire poker game. Phoenix, why'd you mess with the crime scene? You are a defense attorney. You know you're not. Okay, maybe he doesn't know that. Maybe he doesn't know that, you know? After calling the police, when I returned to the scene, his head was in full view. Shining bright, just like in this photograph. And I picked his hat up off the floor and put it on his head. Why did you do such a thing like that? All I can say is, I'm sorry. But that's the only thing I touched at the crime scene. So, Miss O'Reilly didn't see it? It being the victim's, his head. I think not, she was out cold. I believe I was the only one who witnessed his head. Ah, here we go again. Mr. Gavin? Pardon. It just seems that our client is determined to lie his way through this case. Hey, he's still our client, isn't he? Poor Apollo. I believe that's enough of that. Mr. Gavin? This witness's testimony is more like a travesty. It's riddled with lies. I'm beginning to see how you came to lose your attorney's badge 7 years ago. What did happen 7 years ago? Well, you certainly have a unique way of treating your clients, Kristoff. I never knew. I believe it was you who threw the first stone. Stop arguing in front of me! Mr. Wright, if you intend to ever tell the truth about this case, it's now or never. Don't be misled. I haven't told a single lie here. Eh? When I noticed the trap, I put a card in the bottle to dispose of it. When I put the hat on the victim's head. Let's just say I had a reason for doing that as well. A reason? What reason could you possibly have? That reason is right here. Your cell phone? Does it still have the Steel Samurai ringtone to it? Where's Maya? Tell me where she is! That night, recall that I spoke with Defense Attorney Gavin after calling the police. Just in case, I recorded our conversation. What's this? Oh! Oh! Right, it's driving me insane! Now that we're all here, I see no reason why I shouldn't play it back for the court. Stop. I seem to be in a bit of trouble. What's this? Game not going well? Something like that. That gentleman who challenged you, he turned out to be good? He turned out to be dead. Someone hit him hard. I mean, someone cracked that flawless bone china pate? Stop talking in these fucking complicated words that I don't know how to pronounce! It wasn't you, was it? Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands, should it come to that. Bone china plate? A kind of porcelain, very smooth and shiny, and not plate, but pate. I believe he was referring to the certain gentleman's balding forehead. Huh. The court appreciates the defendant's discretion in not indicating my Wait a second. Something's not right about that phone call. So, wait. How does he know what he looked like? How does Gavin know what the victim looked like? If they really didn't see each other. Oh my god. So after Mr. Gavin ate dinner with you, he left the Borscht Bowl Club. Most certainly. Then how did he know? How did he see this bone china pate? Oh, that's right. Oh, we were going in that direction anyway. Yes, that was when I began to see my good friend in a different light. Troubled, I returned to the crime scene. And when I spotted Mr. Smith's head again, I realized exactly what was wrong. Well, Mr. Gavin, the stage has been set. Perhaps you would like to explain this to the court? Exactly how did you come by your privileged knowledge of the victim's head? So, this is your reason. The reason why you put the victim's hat back on. Your point, Mr. Gavin? It's come down to this, has it? Phoenix, right? Oh my god. Oh my god. Mr. Payne! Yes, Your Honor! I believe this court has been left with no other choice. Are you prepared to hear Defense Attorney Gavin's testimony? Well, as a prosecutor, Very well. We'll break for 10 minutes. This is such a long trial. This is such a long tutorial case. I don't even know if this is a tutorial case anymore. After which, Mr. Gavin will take the stand for a cross-examination. Are we all clear on that? Crystal clear, Your Honor. Very well. This will be the final recess for the day. Oh my god. The kind of tension you will find in BL mangas. No! Mr. Gavin and Mr. Wright are both in the judge's chamber. Who would have thought today would turn out like this? May I? It's juicy! Hello, sir. Please pick a card. What's all this about? Is this one open? Excellent. I have a message for you. The last hand is about to be played. You'll need a trump card to make it. A trump card? The card you have chosen is magical. Use it wisely, and the game is yours. That's all. No, come back! An ace. Where do I remember that card from? Mr. Smith's hand has 3 aces and Mr. Wright has 2. It is 5 aces in all. It's true. I have seen it. The 5th ace. There was cheating, I swear to you. Missing 5th ace. Wait. This splotch of red, is this blood? It's probably blood. You have your trump card. Now it's up to you to cut the deck and draw the truth. My father's fate is in your hands. I know you can do it. Baby girl. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a call. Uh, I need to BRB real quick. Okay. I'm back. Oh, thank you, thank you. Let's finish this trial, shall we? This bloodstained card, is this my trump card for finding the truth? I fell deep into thought as my mind raced to understand what this all meant. That girl, I've seen her recently, but where? She just said my father's fate! My god, Apollo, can you even be more dumb? That's when I made the connection. Unlock it. It's juicy! Well, the ace added to the court record. We will finish this case today. Today! Court will now reconvene. Defense Attorney Christoph Gavin, would you please take the stand? Now then, if you would, Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. Well, will the witness state his name and occupation? Is this farce necessary, Your Honor? Believe me, far stranger things have gone on in this courtroom. Fine, I'll play along. First, there's one thing we need to have made clear. How did you know about the secret beneath the victim's hat? By secret, I'm guessing that means the fact that Mr. Smith was bald. He's not bald! He's balding! Like... he has some hair! Or do sideburns not count as quote-unquote hair? Are sideburns counted as facial hair? I'm not entirely sure, actually. I don't have sideburns. Nor do I have facial hair. Parent testimony. Ah yes, Polly. Forgive my curiosity, but what is this about this fellow's head? Your Honor seems to have an inordinate interest in it.
Objection!
Oh, you're there! Oh my god, I didn't expect you. I didn't expect to see you there. They made the old switcheroo. I wouldn't call it in order, Mr. Gavin. Mr. Wright. What do you think you're doing, Mr. Wright? Bro did a sneaky deaky. Wow, things sure look different from the other side. You know what I mean, Apollo? No! Speaking of looking from the other side, let's consider something for a second. The victim wore a hat all night, never once taking it off except for that one time. The one time being the instant he was hit. Oh? When Mr. Wright returned from reporting the crime, the hat was lying on the floor. Mr. Wright picked it up and placed it on the victim's head. In other words, in order to have seen Mr. Smith's bald head, he would have had to have been there in the hideout at the time of the crime. In other words, I must be the real killer, is what you're trying to say. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and then send it to Max. Not bad, Apollo. Mr. Gavin, I'm afraid that I haven't been entirely honest with the court. What? Oh, I assure you, I had the noblest of intentions. I did it all to protect my client, Mr. Wright. Huh? Yet, I'm afraid in the current situation, I see little reason to hide anything. Very well. Allow me to tell you the truth of what happened that night. Finally, you may begin your testimony. Tell us, how were you involved in events of that fateful night? Okay. That fateful night. The rage I sensed in that man that night troubled me, so I returned to the club. I went down to the basement and peeked in through the little window of the hideout. It must have been right after the murder took place. The victim was dead, as he appears in the photo. A bald head, an unconscious girl, and Wright holding a bottle in his hand. I sensed that was not the best place for me to be at the time, so I left. That's when the call came from Wright. So you witnessed the murder? For better or worse, I missed the actual moment of the deed. Mr. Gavin, may I remind you that you are on Mr. Wright's defense team. Your testimony is clearly disadvantageous to your client. What else could I say? I'm standing on the witness stand after all. So you are, Mr. Gavin. Huh? And you had to testify as you just did. You had to tell them what you saw. You had to tell them you saw the scene of the crime through that little window. Oh, Mr. Wright? You had to say that because that was the only probable window of opportunity. Right, Apollo? I just see Phoenix looks so cute in this frame. He looks so cute. He looks so innocent. Oh. Mr. Wright, the defense should do the cross-examination, not the defendant. Mr. Justice, are you prepared? Yes, Your Honor. I can't believe I'm going up against Mr. Gavin. This trial is getting weirder and weirder. Okay. Tell me, when you say in that man, do you mean the defendant or the victim? You mean Mr. Smith? Is this the day I found out that I actually can apologize? He was different from the other customers, his aura, shall we say. I knew he was a serious poker player, but it was more than that. How did you see him, though? So then you knew the true nature of your client's job. Of course, but I also knew he wasn't engaged in gambling, which would be illegal. Well, it makes sense that he'd know. They were friends after all. Worried for my friend, I returned to the club. No! You see, I feared this Mr. Smith might be someone coming to settle an old score. I see, what happened then? Okay. I'm gonna press everything. The little window. You mean the one used to keep watch up the stairs? Yes, a relic of the ancient past. The black marketeers used it, I believe. Why did you go through the trouble of peeking in through the window? Wouldn't it have been easier to just open the door and go into the room? You didn't want to upset Wright, you see. Upset Mr. Wright? Yes. What if my fears had been unfounded? I'd be walking in on their match. Bad form, to say the least. So far everything he's saying is making sense. I'm gonna press everything, kids, so they see any machine. How do you know it was right after the murder? Really, no need to shout, Justice. I was just getting to that part in my testimony. Ah, there he is. The coolest defense in the West we know and love. Even when you're standing up there on the witness stand, some things never change. I was afraid you changed too, right? But you haven't. You and that overbearing personality of yours. Goddamn. With friends like these, who needs enemies? With fish like these, who needs anemones? The victim was dead as he appears in the photo. By photo, you mean the sad photograph of the crime? Precisely. You see, he wasn't wearing his hat then. I saw his head when he was dead. And then Mr. Wright came along and replaced his hat. Can you describe the scene of the crime for us? Bald head and an unconscious girl, Wright holding a bottle in his hand. Those were the only three at the scene of the crime? Yes, as far as I saw at least. And then we're back where we started. The killer was the defendant, Mr. Wright. Who else could have been? But why didn't you talk to police? 2 reasons. First, I didn't actually witness the very moment of the crime. Second, my office was asked to defend Wright. Even after seeing what I had seen, I couldn't abandon my friend. There must have been someone else there at the moment of the crime. Justice. I just said I saw no one. Not a soul. But that goes against what Mr. Wright said. Ah yes, this mysterious 4th person. Who would conveniently be the real killer, I suppose. Glad to see we agree, Mr. Gavin. Let me pose a question then. Tell me, what possible reason did the real killer have to swap the cards in the victim's hand? Perhaps you can show us the reason why such a thing would be necessary? How can I show something I can't find myself? Remember, Paul, the card was swapped out with the 5th ace. 5th ace, right. Well, Mr. Justice, the question of why the killer would swap out the card has been raised. Can you point out a reason? Show evidence! If the defense would like to present evidence to the court, evidence showing the reason. Jesus Christ, all this fucking filler nonsense. Go ahead and point out your reason, Mr. Justice, why the killer take the 5th ace. A why? Why? Why, you say? Do I just point out the card Trucy gave me? I don't think that's it. Oh wait, it is it! My reason is this. Is that an ace? Why it's got blood on it? Right next to the spade! We can all see that. Oh, what? Oh, she's twitching? Oh! This is insane! Why wasn't I told about this? Why? Could this be? Could this be the missing 5th ace? First off, is mad. Inconceivable. How could you? What are you doing with that card? Well, that's the thing. Why is Mr. Gavin so upset? It's just a fishy card from some fishy girl. Hey! Oh, that card? It's mine. That is, I picked it up at the Borscht Bowl Club that night after the murder had occurred. I gave it to my daughter. Cards are her stock and trade after all. No, impossible, unacceptable. The court can't accept this evidence. It's a fraud. A fraud? How can you be so sure? What? I would think the only person who could claim it was a fraud would be the one who took the real card from the crime scene, the real killer. Huh? Allow me to elaborate. What if this trace of blood was the reason? The reason for the killer to take the card from the scene of the crime? Where are you going with this? Take another look at the photo, at the victim's head. At the moment of the crime, his hat fell to the floor, and a trickle of blood ran from his forehead down the back of his neck. Couldn't a drop of that blood have fallen on one of the cards? I suppose. The killer then took the card to hide the blood. Regardless, that evidence is not permissible. Oh? Right, regardless of how you wasted the last 7 years, you used to be a lawyer. You know what a serious crime is to conceal evidence. Oh, we can discuss the finer points of our legal system later. What's important? I just realized I said that because someone is very, very good at concealing evidence unless it is convenient to present it. That being said, that is his boyfriend. What's important now is that I've answered your question. What are you talking about? You wanted to know why the killer would have taken the card from the crime scene. And now, I've told you. That one drop of blood would have been decisive evidence, you see. This is baseless conjecture. Baseless! Why are you so upset then? Objection! Oh, I assure you, it's quite based. What? It's amazing, really, how a single drop of blood on a single card can lead us to the truth. It's quite simple. Well, Apollo? Yes? Try picturing the scene of the crime. In your head. Whoa, it's 3D! Wow! The murder took place in the hideout. The body of the luckless victim was found at the poker table. And before the killer swapped the card out, there was a single card with a drop of blood on the victim's hand. On it in the victim's hand. Given this, there is one decisive problem with this scene. Oh, I get it. I think. Let's keep it simple, shall we? Given that there was a drop of blood on a card, whose position in this diagram doesn't fit? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose position doesn't fit with the bloody card? Well, isn't it the victim's position that's the problem? I'll follow your logic here, Mr. Justice. Well, look, the victim was struck on the head, sending him back in his chair. You'd think any blood would fall behind the body, not onto the table in front of him. Ah. Take a look at this photo again. If he bled in this position, the blood would fall on the floor, not on the cards. Why, that's right. So what does this mean? Incidentally, we were sitting in swivel chairs. Swivel chairs? Oh man. Apollo, try turning the chair around. Recreate the crime scene. How do I... So like, the killer was hidden in this, right? In here. How do I do this? Oh! Chair was facing the other way. It would have to be. So we have to assume that at the time of the murder, the victim's chair was facing away from the table. When Mr. Wright returned from informing the police which way was the chair facing. I am feeling like I am in kindergarten, or I'm watching Dora the Explorer right now. When I came back to the room, the body was facing as seen in this photo. Now I mean, the killer turned the chair back around. The murderer was hiding in a closet and came out. Hashtag Pride Month. Let's take the next step. Look at the diagram once more. We now know the victim was facing away from the table at the time of the murder. But this creates another significant contradiction. Again? Let's test your reasoning skills again, shall we? Follow. Whose location in this diagram contradicts our new understanding of the crime? The victims, the killers, the witnesses, the second witnesses? Whose location creates a contradiction? Killer. The victim was struck from the front, correct? Indeed. Well, wouldn't it be hard for the killer to hit him from the front? Sitting where his indicator currently is? I would think it'd be quite hard, yes. Yes, but what are you trying to say? It makes no sense. Why would the victim suddenly turn to face the wall in the middle of a game? I believe a sufficient reason will soon come to light. What? There's something in this diagram that makes far less sense, actually. Look again in this This is like the third time you said that! Apollo, if the victim was struck while he was sitting as shown here, where would his assailant be standing? Try marking it on the diagram. There's no room to put a mark where the killer should be. Don't worry, let's take it through and see what we find. We know the victim was facing toward the wall at the time of the crime. That's the only thing we know for sure. Try to forget about everything else. Where would the killer have to be standing to strike our victim from? Okay, I wasn't done. Isn't. The killer had to be standing, well, here. You get your points for flair, but that's about all you get. Ah, I thought I was onto something there too. I hardly need to point out that standing there would be impossible. God, I have so much hair. Well, the victim is facing a solid cupboard. Are you claiming that the killer climbed the cupboard and hit him from above? Ha! It's simple logic, really. If this was the only place the killer could have been standing, then that means that at the very moment of the crime... Wait, I know! At the moment of the crime, the cupboard wasn't there! Oh! I mean, that's the only explanation. Right, Mr. Gavin? Your Honor, I have a suggestion for the defense. We should arrange to examine the cupboard in the hideout immediately. Another recess? Bailiff, send the team to the crime scene immediately. Have them try to move the cupboard. The cupboard. I don't want to say cupboard anymore. Your Honor. What? There's one more thing your men should look for. Please give this to the bailiff. Huh? Yes, I see. You do belong in this courtroom after all, Mr. Wright. I do my best. Cupboard. But let's forge ahead here while we wait. Look at the diagram once again. It has been changed. If the killer was standing here at the time of the crime, then this thing wasn't here. Which means... Apollo, try moving the cupboard. Oh god. Okay. Move. Thank you. Did you really need me to do that? As you can see, the thing was the problem. At the time of the murder, It has to have been as shown here. Now everything is in place to reconstruct the moment of the crime. Oh my! What's this? What is it now? Look at the diagram of the crime scene, what's more. It appears we found yet another contradiction. Yippee! Contradictions! Yippee! I believe to be the final contradiction, in fact. Yes, it's the second witness. Huh? Oh dang. Notice something, Apollo? Our line of deduction is rapidly approaching its logical conclusion. This is beyond logical. Now then, Mr. Justice, please point to the new contradicting indicator. Is the victim blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. About this thing. Are you okay with assuming it was moved? Sure, why not? Well, if it was, something really doesn't fit. It would completely cover up the window to the stairs. Ah, that's right. Someone standing outside wouldn't be able to see in. Someone like Mr. Gavin. What did you say? Oh? Is the coolest defense in the West losing his cool? Don't expect me to play along with your little game, right? It's only a game until someone gets killed, Mr. Gavin. And someone was, while the window to that room was blocked by the thing. It's all so convoluted. Is this your first Ace Attorney game? I assure you, it can get even more convoluted than this. I was actually thinking of like replaying the original trilogy on the channel before starting Apollo Justice, but then I was like, all I've been doing is replaying games on my YouTube account, so I probably shouldn't do it. I watched a few Game Grumps episodes and not gonna lie, I kept falling asleep because it's super late at night in bed. That's fair. You could just watch Game Grumps actually. You can do that. They do like voice acting stuff too. It's just hard for me to voice act this child because like most of them are men. I will try to voice act once there are more women involved, like Juicy and Emma. I can't wait for you to meet Emma. Oh, I forgot if Game Grumps. No, I don't think they did. I don't think Game Grumps played Rise from the Ashes, so I guess you don't know Emma is entirely. And I don't wanna ask you to watch my ex's videos, even though he did play those. It's kind of annoying. He's kind of annoying. Yeah. Anyway, it'll get even more convoluted from here. I just know. Especially when the prosecutor isn't Payne anymore. Because like, oh god, Payne is like, he's treated as the tutorial prosecutor. He's not the main prosecutor. I don't want to spoil you about who the main prosecutor is for this game, but like, I don't know. Maybe you'll like him. Maybe. I will see. We will see. Okay. So, Mr. Gavin, perhaps you'd like to explain to the court. Oh no, he's hot. Oh man. I don't know which you would like more, the prosecutor or Kristoff. let's leave it at that. I will enjoy the few moments I have left with baby girl. I think he's gonna come back. I think. I'm not entirely sure. But like, I think he's gonna come back. He seems like too much of an important character to not come back, you know? Neil, don't you dare spoil anything. Neil, stop. Yeah, it feels like an important character. For reasons I cannot say as of this moment, but I have a feeling he will be. Ay na nga, nanahimik na ako. So yeah. Exactly where did you witness the crime scene from? Excuse me, Your Honor. Order! This is a court of law and I will have order. We just received word from our investigative team at the Borscht Bowl Club. They've examined the thing in the hideout, Your Honor. Oh? And what did they find? Well, Your Honor, it turns out there's a secret passage behind it. What? Order! Oh, there's no order? Ah yes, I believe I mentioned something of the sort before. This is one of the tricks to the room many of our regulars know about. I do remember him saying something about that, now that he mentioned it. Secret passage is a handy thing to have when you're engaged in illegal goings-on. Never know when you might need to duck away from the eyes of the law. So the room has a secret passage. Where does it go? Well, the other side connects to the restaurant above. The underworld bosses could get away from the cops and enjoy a cold bowl of borscht, no doubt. Why is Phoenix looking at us like that? Like, can I just say how fucking attractive Phoenix is as a fucking 33-year-old. He's 33, right? Yeah. Like, oh my god. You stay away from my baby. Oh my god. Just like our killer. You see where our line of simple deductive reasoning has led us, Apollo? I see it, but I don't believe it. That girl wasn't kidding when she said I needed this trump card for the last hand. At the time of the murder, the window was blocked and the victim's hat was only off his head for a few minutes between Mr. Smith's murder and Mr. Rex's return from calling the cops. In other words, the only place anyone could have seen the victim's bald head was from inside the hideout. Well, Mr. Gavin? Come on, say something. Dare I ask, what really happened that night? Actually, I think we could probably figure it out ourselves at this point. That night, for whatever reason, our killer had a date with Mr. Smith. A date with Destiny. Okay, shut up, Apollo. There he crouched, hidden in the secret passageway behind the cupboard. Holding his breath, waiting for just the right moment. Then the chance came, and he took it. Ow. Eek. What? Why did you do that? Wait here, I'll get help. Miss Olga O'Reilly was out cold, struck by Mr. Smith. But his time was soon to come. Mr. Wright went upstairs to call the cops, leaving Mr. Shady Smith alone in the hideout with the unconscious dealer. Then our killer stepped out from the secret passage and into the hideout. The victim must have heard the cupboard sliding aside. He wheeled his... I'm sorry, that was funny. Just whoop. After the deed was done, the criminal must have seen the blood on the card. He would have, of course, realized the need to destroy the evidence. That single spot of blood told the whole story of the crime. Too bad for him, he didn't linger any longer in the hideout that night. If he had, he might have noticed the cards on the floor. And the fact that they were all red. Okay. Well, it seems this trial has taken yet another turn. I'm truly, truly sorry I had to see this day come, Mr. Gavin. So he doesn't plead innocent? I guess not guilty. The hair took adjustment. Mr. Gavin? Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. The prosecution will continue its investigation. As for Mr. Phoenix Wright, the defendant, he is hereby cleared of all suspicion. Gah! Believe me when I say that I don't believe this is happening, Mr. Gavin. But I'm afraid circumstances call me to issue a warrant of your arrest immediately. Oh, no need to apologize. I rather enjoyed myself. It's not every day you get to witness a legendary attorney's dirty tactics firsthand. Your point, Mr. Gavin? Frankly, Your Honor, I'm shocked that a person of your caliber would be taken in by such a low-grade parlor trick. Excuse me? The defendant is cleared of all suspicion? This is hardly the first time for jokes, Your Honor. Mr. Wright hasn't proved anyone's guilt or innocence here. What he has done is use illegal evidence to put the blame on someone else. Not just anyone else, but me, his own defense attorney. But you're not the defense attorney, it's Apollo! Illegal evidence? Let me ask you, Mr. Gavin. Is there still any reason at present to suspect me of wrongdoing? Of course. This bottle, for instance. The bottle of grape juice Mr. Wright was drinking. How do you intend to explain away the fingerprints on the murder weapon? And not just any fingerprints, am I right, Mr. Payne? Yeah, actually, yes. The fingerprints on the bottle were, upside down. I seem to recall this being an issue earlier. The court in this case demanded an explanation. I can think of only one reason why one would hold the bottle upside down. That is to hit someone with the bottom of the bottle. Well, Your Honor, oh my god, is this trial still gonna go? Is it gonna go for a second day? Oh my god. See how the codfish squirms with the last. Well, Apollo, why do you keep bouncing things from person to person? Your boss seems awfully concerned about this bottle still. But I'm sure you can come up with a suitable explanation. Just like that. Yeah. Just like what? Why would anyone grab a bottle upside down other than to? Don't let him trick you into thinking his explanation is the only legitimate one. Is there really another? Take another look at the court record. I believe you'll find a simple answer there, in plain sight. How about you say the answer in plain words? It would be hasty to deliver a verdict with unanswered questions indeed. Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Gavin said that the court, in this case, demanded an explanation. Don't worry, justice won't leave until justice is done. Perhaps the defense would care to enlighten the court? What I mean, there's probably 2 bottles. I mean, there are a lot of bottles here. Maybe that's it? Oh, that's it! It's actually easier to show you than explain, Your Honor. Place that bottle on the floor next to your chair. Excuse me? On the floor? Yes. Now, reach down and pick it up. Without getting out of your chair. Ah! See? You naturally go to pick up the bottle by its neck. With your fingers upside down! Look at this photograph taken on the night of the murder. The defendant, Mr. Wright, sat here, playing piano, bottles of grape juice on the floor, to the side of his piano bench. He would have naturally picked up the bottles upside down several times. Wow, I can't believe that was that simple. Recall our dinner that evening, Christoph. I was drinking my usual juice then, too. Basically, you used the bottle on the table to do the deed. But then you must have remembered. So you went and picked up one of the bottles from under the piano. And you switched the bottles. You took one of Mr. Wright's bottles and made it look like the murder weapon! Goddamn. Order, order, order! What do you have to say to these charges, Mr. Gavin? Fascinating. So this is the legendary attorney's famed tactic of misdirection. What? You claim that I switched the bottle? Where is your proof? Proof?! Well, that's, as I thought, more baseless conjecture. I'm afraid your bottle of proof is quite empty.
Objection!
I wouldn't be so sure about that. Huh? Your Honor, when you initiated the investigation of the hideout earlier, do you recall I requested an additional investigation? Ah, yes. I have your memo about that here. Retrieve the bottles from under the piano at the Borscht Bowl Club. And here's one of the bottles in question. What, are you going to dust that for fingerprints too? I would be surprised if any were on that but his. What? I would be surprised if any were on that but his. Mr. Gavin probably wouldn't make such a novice mistake. True. That bottle won't bear a trace of anything. Say, Apollo. Yes. Why don't you go ahead and examine that bottle? It has the card, doesn't it? But why? But why? Just humor me. Oh my god, he's so serious now. So right. That bottle will solve this case once and for all. What? That's some bottle. There it is. The card. There's something inside the bottle. What's this? That card, it can't be. Recall that unpleasant woman's testimony for a moment. Miss Olga O'Reilly? Yes, our little swindling debauchka. Planted the card like I was supposed to, blah 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 blah. Isn't it? This isn't. You're telling me that this is the planted card you disposed of? The one you mentioned in this piece of testimony? The 5 of Hearts. This is the card. The bottles were swapped. And the only one who could have done that is the fourth person in the club that night. You! Mr. Christoph Gavin! Oh? Rumbling? Oh god. Bro. Bro has fucking superpowers. God, I love that breakdown. That is all. Is this your idea of revenge, Phoenix, right? Revenge? Revenge for the events that took away your attorney's badge 7 years ago? My past is like my logic, straight and true. Nothing's changed. All I did was point the finger of justice in the proper direction. Fine. I'm glad we could have this little... I'm not even gonna attempt. This is insane! What about me? Don't I get to persecute anyone? I believe this time we finally come to the end of our trial. Mr. Payne, do you have a report for us on Christoph Gavin? He's admitted everything. We're processing his arrest right now. I see. Still, one has to wonder why he would do such a thing. He didn't even have a connection to the victim, did he? I have a feeling we're gonna come back to this at the final case this game. I don't know, it just feels weird. Alright, none that we know of. Mr. Wright, do you have anything to add? I'm afraid I can't shed any more light on the matter. About this victim, Mr. Shady Smith. His occupation was listed as traveler. An odd profession to be sure, but that's all we know about him. I'll arrange for a follow-up investigation, Your Honor. Good. Mr. Wright? Yes? 7 years, and you still haven't lost your touch. Christoph Gavin was a man with much significance for me, both as a friend and as a lawyer. He was extremely talented, to be sure. No, baby girl! I needed 2 things before I could confront him. The first was a place where no injustice would be tolerated, this courtroom. The second was a man who would tolerate no such injustice. In other words, a defense attorney. You, Apollo. Me? Me? This is a dark time for our legal system. A twisting of justice brought on by our very own initial trial system. We had to set it right. Mr. Wright. Our work lies ahead of us, and I, for one, am looking forward to it. Well, this seems like a good time to announce a verdict. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty! Yay! Court is adjourned. Is this a game where... Oh, never mind. It's Apollo, not the gay one. What do you mean, not the gay one? Hello, Luna. Welcome to the stream. Thanks, Apollo. You came through just like I thought you would. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a thing in there. It was you who cornered Mr. the killer. I couldn't have done it by myself. You sensed it too today, didn't you? Your ability. Ability? Yeah, the one that when you do a certain thing when you're lying or something. Yes, and a sensitivity I lack. You'll come to understand it soon enough. Wait, I wonder if he means Yeah, that one. Merry Christmas, he's innocent. Okay, it's true. Then they wait. I mean, they're still gay. I just don't know if Edgeworth is gonna appear this game. I know he appears in the future games, but I have absolutely no clue about Apollo Justice game. What was that, Mr. Wright? You have to find the answer to that question yourself. The answer. Right. Today was full of questions without answers. Most of them about Mr. Gavin. What possible reason could he have had to commit murder? Perhaps you'll learn that in the days to come. Huh? Wait, you don't know, do you? This locket is the key. Huh? Oh, that reminds me. I met the girl whose picture is in your locket. It's Josie! That's the only thing I'm familiar with for Ace Attorney and the Clown Girl, but that was against my will. Your daughter, right? That's right, she's my daughter. You know, you're right about this locket. Eh? I took this off his neck the night he died. Ah! Phoenix! Phoenix! What the fuck? But it looks like our dear Russian scam artist saw me. So the truth is, this locket really did belong to him. Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh my god. Wait, but that's perjury. You testified. You said that locket was yours. I mean, it's his now. I said no such thing, actually. Huh? I mean, it said that it was a locket with my daughter's picture inside. A subtle distinction, but a distinction nonetheless. My god. Technically. And it's the truth. Wait, but then why? Why was the victim wearing a locket with a picture of your daughter inside? Sometimes the straightest path to the truth isn't the best one. Give it time. Did you adopt Trucy from him? You're still just getting started with your career. Speaking of which, I may be out of a job. I work for Gavin Law Offices after all. Still can't believe I just saw Mr. Gavin get led away in handcuffs. Huh. Apollo. Yes. How about coming to work for me? Eh? You mean at the Wright & Co. law offices? I mean, there's not a single attorney in my generation that doesn't know it. I can't imagine that to be true, but... Wait, but didn't you... You're not a... Oh, I turned in my badge, yes. I'm not an attorney anymore. Huh? That incident 7 years ago. That legendary trial. And at the middle of it all was one man, Phoenix Wright. The case reached its sad conclusion, and he left law for good. Have you ever thought about coming back to the courts? I'm not qualified to stand in the court of law, I'm afraid. Didn't you notice in today's trial? There was a single piece of forged evidence. Forged evidence? What are you talking about? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. Huh? One piece of evidence that struck me as odd, it's true. It just seemed, well, too perfect. I'll bet this was the forged evidence. It's the fucking card, isn't it? You mean this? Don't you? I got this from your daughter, Mr. Wright. Yes, that card couldn't have been found at the crime scene. Why? Because the killer took it with him when he left, leaving the wrong card in its place, luckily for us. What the fuck? Why does he look like a hobo? That's because he kinda is. He kinda is. He lost his job. So real for that. My verdict was already handed down 7 years ago. Then you really... Yes, I forged his card. One look at the crime scene should have told you it wasn't real. But you can't do something like that and call yourself an attorney. He's not an attorney. Who's calling themselves an attorney, Apollo? So it's true. The rumor is true. 7 years ago. None of that matters much now, does it? Huh? Did you hit him? Oh. I punched him. Oh god, he did. I didn't actually think you would hit him. It's your story from here on out, Apollo. Perhaps I can help you turn the next page. My office address. Drop in if you like. Mr. Wright. Oh, about your uppercut. Try yelling, "Take that!" next time. It packs a little more punch. And Apollo, thanks for today. I had a good time. Goddamn. Goddamn. And with that, Mr. Wright walked out the door. And that's how my first trial ended. A lot of mysteries went unsolved, and at the time, I had no idea they were all related. Every mystery that day connected by a single thread of logic. I'd find that out soon enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kristoff's gonna come back. My name is Apollo Justice, attorney at law, and this is how my story begins. End. Well, that's it for me today. It's been 2 hours. I didn't expect it to take this long. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I had fun. It's juicy. I had fun. Oh, there are 4 trials in this one. It's cool. Yippee! I will be back next week. Trials, not trials. I'm pretty sure. Chapters from here on out would be longer, even longer than the first one, because we need to do like investigations and stuff, and trials normally last for 3 days, in-game days, and then there's investigations in between those days. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna take longer for the next few ones, but that's okay. That's okay. We will continue on with Ace Attorney Wednesdays, starting at 2 p.m. because I need to wake and bake for like an hour. Well, yeah, that's 1K. See you next time. Okay, that's it for me for today. Thank you for stopping by and watching the conclusion of the first trial. We will be back next week for the next. Yeah. I'll see you again sometime. Oh, actually, no, not sometime. I'll see you again this Friday. I'll be having another stream here on YouTube, but for a different game. It's for your turn to die. Yippee! I'm going to be streaming the main game, the first main game, and yeah, streamer. Woohoo! A lot of streams this week on YouTube. I mean, yeah. And also, I apologize that I missed an upload last Monday. I wasn't at home. I was taking a little bit of a vacation, and I didn't edit it before I left. So yeah. Anyway, that's it for me. Real this time. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.